Hi, my name's Liam McIver-Martin. Welcome to Pre-Med Tutors and your first free training component. In this section, we are going to go over what you need to do right now to become a successful pre-med, the other components you're going to learn this week, and a sneak peek at the Pre-Med Tutors program. So let's get started. Today, we're going to talk to you about the main mistakes pre-meds make with regards to their applications. Many pre-meds don't realize that if they want to be successful in medical school later, they have to start planning now in order to get into the med school they really want. So let's go over the main courses you'll be judged on when you make your application into medical school. Biology, Biology 1 and 2. Chemistry, General Chemistry 1 and 2. Organic Chemistry 1 and 2. Physics, 1 or 2 components dependent upon the application. Mathematics, usually 2 components. And English, of course, 2 components. I'm going to be completely honest with you and tell you right now that if you don't have great marks in all these courses, and I mean A's, the chances of you getting into a top med school is pretty slim. If you've taken these courses and haven't done well, your chances of getting into med school is also pretty slim. Also, if you think you can simply retake these courses over again and the selection committee will let you in, the chances of that are also really slim. The truth that most other experts won't tell you is that if you don't make the marks you need in your prerequisites, you probably shouldn't bother with your application. You're competing in one of the most competitive fields in university against students that have straight A's, excellent MCATs, and a great resume. So how do you solve this problem? Thankfully, I've got some secret weapons you can use to get ahead of the majority of your competition. Best of all, these secret weapons will have you working less than your competition as you'll be putting your time where it counts. So let's go over where you should be putting your energy right now in pre-med to guarantee your success and go over some of the myths about successful pre-med degrees. I'm going to hit you with a lot of information really quickly, so please bear with me and watch this video a few times or take notes. Selection committees want to see upper-level courses. If you've only taken the basic math courses and haven't really challenged yourself, it won't look good on your application. Cell biology and molecular biology are excellent examples of what you should be taking on top of your regular basic bio course load. With regards to chemistry courses, some students think the key to med school is the MCATs and rush to write their MCAT before completing those courses. Some people are successful, but most of the time, if you take the MCAT without all the prerequisites, you're bound for failure. Out of all the prerequisites, organic chemistry is by far the most important class for pre-med students. This is where the men or women are divided from the boys or girls. Organic chemistry is incredibly important to a great application, and it's crucial that you have an excellent mark in it. If you are good in math, take the most difficult courses you can get. If you aren't good in math, don't take calculus and get a C. This happens to most pre-med students. Remember, it's all about you getting a great average. Don't waste your time on doing courses that will sabotage your goal. Only you know what your own capabilities are. The average GPA for applicants in most medical schools is a 3.6 and an MCAT score of 29 to 30. Now that is the average mark. If you want to have your pick of schools, you must do better than these scores. With regards to transcripts, selection committees will usually let a few withdrawals slide your first year. But if you've got them in your 3rd and 4th year, your chances of making a successful application are pretty slim. Selection committees expect you to get A's the first time. Some experts will tell you that you need volunteer work to get into medical school. Doing volunteer work is a great bonus to your application and will round out your resume very nicely. However, if you don't have the marks you need in your prerequisites, you will always be put behind students who have straight A's. If you think volunteer work will move you ahead of students with higher marks, think again. Finally, if you're taking easy courses so you can keep your GPA high, trust me, admission committees look at these things. The harsh truth is that the fastest and easiest way into med school is by taking challenging courses and getting excellent marks. No amount of personal statements, volunteer work, or sweet talking will help you. So, the question then becomes, how do you get those elusive great marks on your prerequisites without studying 24/7? The answer is a lot simpler than you'd think. In fact, I've got plenty of college students I've personally tutored who only study around half an hour a day and get 4.0 GPAs. I'll be showing you some of these tips throughout these free course components, but first, let's go over the main components of what you're going to learn this week. First, I'm going to let you listen in with a recent interview I did with Scott H. Young. He's helped thousands of students teaching a concept he's developed called holistic learning. Holistic learning is a weird way to interlace concepts in your mind so that you can automatically recall information the first time it's given to you. I've integrated the concept of holistic learning into all of our programs, and he was nice enough to discuss how pre-med students can use his system to completely revolutionize their learning style. I've also been able to sit down with Stephen Knappen, who runs a leading blog on study skills and is in one of the most competitive medical programs in Europe. I sat down with him to chat about the biggest things pre-meds can do to become successful in college. I'm also going to give you the top mistakes most pre-meds make and how to avoid them. I've pulled pre-meds, medical students, admissions officers, professors, and doctors to find out what the stereotypical mistakes are, how to avoid them, and how to solve them if it's already happened to you. Now, if you haven't yet heard about the pre-med tutor system, I've just finished up a system that will finally stop the stress and anxiety of pre-med and remove the fear pre-meds have over not getting into the med schools they really want. The program is called Pre-Med Success. I've brought together an elite team of graduate level master and PhD students who have taught or are teaching the courses you are taking right now. They'll be teaching you the specific methods you'll need to get great marks on your prerequisite classes while studying less than your competition. Best of all, you'll finally have a surefire paint-by-numbers plan to automatically become successful in pre-med and get into the medical school of your dreams. So, if you still haven't signed up for the rest of the free training components, sign up below and I'll send you some more free stuff. Until then, stay on track and I'll send you the next component later.